What's up? What's up? What's up? It's me again, LaShawn Bridges. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please continue to subscribe every week as I post videos discussing politics and the uprunning presidential candidates for the year 2020. And don't forget to click the bell for further notifications, okay? Today I'm going to talk about a very controversial subject. It's been talked about amongst a lot of Democratic parties and probably Republicans as well. So we're going to get right into it. And it's called abortions, okay? 8 states have passed abortion bills to limit the procedure this year, according to the New York Times. Missouri was the last of the 8 states that passed a bill banning any 2 abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected. Now, let's look at the abortion bills. First, Alabama was the first to ban abortions. Then, throughout the years, other states placed the ban. According to the New York Times, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, and Mississippi then passed the so-called heartbeat bill. This affected abortions, prohibiting abortions after 6 to 8 weeks of pregnancy, which is usually around the time frame that a woman is told from a doctor that she's pregnant. Now, many states follow the court Rose decision in 1973, which states abortion is legal until the fetus reaches visibility, usually 24 to 25 weeks. Some states, such as Kentucky, are still trying to place a ban on abortion. Now, I live in Georgia, and right down the street from me is an abortion clinic. And I always see a man or a woman out there with a sign saying, "You're baby killers," or stop aborting babies, don't kill the babies, this is wrong, something like that, okay? Because they are very adamant about expressing their opinion about abortions, which they have the right of freedom of expression, okay? So I don't knock them for that. But we all know that abortions is a very huge, touchy subject that a lot of people don't want to discuss because many people have different views. It's very controversial. But the question or concern is whether or not it should be a bill in place to end abortions or not. That's the question. Now, in Georgia, according to www.politifact.com, there's a new law that states that if a woman in Georgia miscarries, she would be investigated, and women who travel to another state to obtain an abortion may face up to 10 years in prison. Wow, that's a long time to be in prison. Think about that, guys. Is this fair? I mean, do we really want to lock women up who choose to abort a child? You know, is this fair or not? That is my question and concern. Now, if you go to www.yang2020.com, my presidential choice, Andrew Yang, has a policy called the Right to Privacy, Abortion, and Contraception. Andrew Yang states that birth control should be an option for women, and it should be up to the woman to choose that. Not doctors, not individuals, women. He wants to provide every woman with contraceptions and financial, emotional, and structural support to help decrease the number of abortions. Okay? Andrew Yang also states on his site that having a child is a personal decision that only a woman should decide. Not legislators, not men, women. Because only women, us, we only know what's going on with our bodies, right? Because we're women. I don't think it's up to a man to decide that. So I agree with Andrew Yang's policy and what he's trying to do. Now, I can tell you guys a little bit of my experience. I was a young mother, back in the day. I had first got pregnant years ago at the age of 18 years. And it was, just something that happened. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. Well, I thought I was doing everything right to protect myself. But things happened, and I found out that I was pregnant at my senior year, during my senior year of high school. So I was very scared, but I was lucky to find a nurse, and I didn't know she was going to sit down and talk to me for about an hour at the time. But she sat down for a whole hour discussing with me what they do in abortion clinics. And I was very thankful to have her do that, because if she hadn't done that, I mean, I was never trying to abort my daughter, but I always wanted to know what they actually do in abortion clinics. And many young teenagers, such as myself at the time, they don't get this opportunity to sit down with a counselor or a nurse and actually explain to them word for word what they actually do in these abortion clinics so they can have a better understanding. So when she explained to me word for word what they do in these abortion clinics, I definitely got a huge understanding. I knew definitely that that was never going to be an option. It never was in the first place. But even when she said something about adoption or anything like that, she was just giving me my options. And I was very thankful for that. And I think many young girls need that in their lives. So that way they can know that there are options out there. They can give a child to a family member and have a family member adopt their child, or go to adoption agency and give them to someone else to adopt a child. You know, there's all kind of options out there besides just the first option of aborting a child. And I think they need to know that, because mentally they are not, aware of what they actually do in abortion clinics. And so now, another question and concern that I have is, do you think women should still be locked up and put in prison if a woman was raped? That's a very, touchy subject there, because many people, have concerns and different views about that. But I'm going to tell you my view about it. I feel that women that are raped or molested should not carry the burden of having a child. In that case, I feel like they should have the option to go ahead and go through the abortion if that's how they feel. Because, no woman wants to carry that throughout the rest of their life and have memories of such a brutal event and say, okay, I was raped and now I have to carry the burden of this rape. And every time I look at my child, I'm reminded of a rape. That's not fair. And it's not fair for legislators to get involved and make these, laws and lock women up because they decide they don't want to keep their child if they were raped or molested. So in that case, I am for abortions in that case. Okay. All right. Now, if you go to www.yang2020.com site, Andrew Yang's site also lists that the problems to be solved is the right of many American women to have control over their bodies is being unconstitutional and ended by legislators with no background. This problem should be solved. So what do you think about that, guys? Do you agree with Andrew Yang's policy? Yes or no? Please leave a comment in the comment section, and also continue to subscribe every week as I discuss many topics just like this one, and talk to you about the presidential candidates. And don't forget to like my videos and leave a comment and click the bell for further notifications, and have a great evening. Goodbye.